Today we will begin our adventure right here at the Drury Plaza Hotel. This here was my accommodations last night and will be for the next few nights. Me and my wife have showed up. We're going to bring in the new year here in Walt Disney World. Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. Hitchhiking Yeti here. Got me some hot coffee. I'm in Orlando and I was really thinking warm weather, Florida, but it is quite it is very, very chilly. I mean, it is like 42 this morning. I think the high today here on New Year's Eve is only maybe 54, 55 degrees, something like that. The wind makes it even a little bit colder, but I'm gonna tough it out today. It's gonna be okay. But I do want to tell you a little bit about this place right here, because I think this is a great place to stay if you want to come to Walt Disney World, especially on a budget. I think that's where this wins, because your food is actually included. Your breakfast is included, and you have like this dinner time in the evening from about 5:30 to 7:30. That's all included. Coffee's included. They got cereals. They got all kinds of good stuff in here. So I'm going to take you on a quick room tour. I checked in last night. I wanted to show you the room before we, settled in, if you will. So we're going to go to that footage real quick, and then when we come back, I'm going to talk to you about this, and I'm going to show you how close it is to Disney Springs. You can walk to Disney Springs. So we're going to get that started right now. All right, so real quick, let's take a quick little spin around the room. As you come in the front door here, you have an ironing board. You're ironing here. You have a little area to hang up some clothing. Have a place to lock your goods up. We also have a microwave right here, which is very nice. Down there's your nice little cooler. We have a coffee maker here on hand. You got your ice bucket. Here's a sink. Just have some soap in there. And then we just open up the bathroom as you walk in. And right in here is your bathroom, nice and spacious. If you need a hair dryer, you are good to go there. Toilet paper. And a very nice stand-up, spacious shower. And right here they have some body wash, shampoo, and conditioner on hand. So very nice. Nice little prop down there for you ladies who wants to shave your legs. And then we just make our way into the main part of the room, as we have our phone right here. And look at this. This is nice. This is a king room, so this is a king bed. And I really do like you have your some plug-ins here for charging. We have USB and a nice little, very, very deep, spacious dresser there. Come over here, you have more storage space for clothes, all of them very deep. I mean, you can really pack all three of these full of stuff. And let's go over here. I'm gonna turn this lamp on, where you can see right here you have more power outlets, plug-ins. You have USB and USB-C to charge your phones. Nice little area over here to enjoy a drink. Maybe a little bit of food. There's some more plug-ins. That's got a USB-C, USB on it, plugs. And right there is your Holy Bible, placed by the Gideons. And then when we look over here, got a really nice view. We're on the 9th floor, so we do not have, a patio or anything like that, a veranda. And this is what it looks like outside. It is absolutely beautiful. Looking off to the left, you can see downtown Orlando, fun spot, the Orlando Eye, all that stuff. And all that traffic you see off there in the distance is the lovely traffic that is I-4. So that is a quick little view of our room. So, yeah, I think this is a really, really nice option if you're coming to Walt Disney World. Okay, so that is a quick look at the room. Like I said, I think it's very nice. I slept very well last night in that bed. It was so comfortable. Really enjoyed that a lot. This here is the area where you will pull up to offload your luggage, do your check-in process and things like that. Really cool, really nice area in there. They have a bar, they have like a marketplace where you can go get snacks and little things for your room that you might need, that you might forgotten to bring. And then they also have a arcade here, which is, it's not as big as like the Disney World Resort arcade, but it is still an arcade nonetheless. It gets the job done, I do believe. So I think that's some big perks. And then up on the second floor, this is where you get into the cafeteria area where they have like a buffet style food. They actually serve breakfast in the mornings, I think from 6 to 10, and it is all you can eat, and it is amazing. They got gravy biscuits, scrambled eggs, sausage, they got waffles, pancakes, and oh yeah, by the way, the waffles, they're Mickey waffles, and they're like 3 times the size of the Mickey waffles that you actually get, you know, at the Walt Disney Resort. And this is included with your stay, which I think is a really great thing. And then, like I said earlier, in the evening, they serve this little dinner between 5:30 and 7:30. And it kind of changes from day to day, but they do have like hot dogs and stuff like that. It's always there. And then they kind of swap it out each day. They give you a menu when you arrive, and it will have different food items on there that they will kind of switch it out with. Like yesterday, when we ate, it was actually like a chicken Alfredo, and you kind of build it yourself, and they had like carrots and beans and etc. So it was really a great option. They got coffee, you got all the soft drinks or soda drinks that you want. So it is really, really cool. So the next thing I want to talk to you about is the Drury Hotel. They have buses very similar to the Walt Disney World resorts. They will take you to and from the theme park. Now their buses, what I can tell by looking at their schedule, is a little bit different. Instead of running every 15 minutes like a Disney resort, they will actually run pretty much every 50 minutes to 1 hour. So you would have to plan your day a little bit more carefully. It looks like we're going to give it a try this evening and see how it works out for us. So definitely stay tuned for that, because I'm going to take you along with me as we make our way over to the Magic Kingdom toward the end of this vlog. Okay, so now the fun's going to start. We're going to walk from the Drury Plaza Hotel. Right down there is where this walk actually starts. That is the driveway where that car is pulling out. And we're just going to use this sidewalk, and we're going to walk over to Disney Springs, which should be, depending on how fast you walk, about 12 to 15 minutes. And I want to share a few little fun facts along the way as we make our trek over to Disney Springs. Okay, so right here on this pathway, I want to show you this resort with this big R up here on the very top of it. This right here is called the Renaissance Orlando Resort. And this is pretty cool history, because the old Royal Plaza Hotel, which that's what it was called back then, had a Michael Jackson suite. And it was on the, I think it was on the 16th floor. NJ stayed here on his WDW vacations. You could rent the room when he was not here for about $750 per night. Also, Bob Hope would stay here in this very resort back then. I've made my way just a little bit further down. This here is the Amateur Athletic Union building. And this building right here, and you can see the Drury right there in the distance. But this right here, it was the very first structure that was built on Walt Disney World property right here. This was called the Preview Center back in the late 1960s. And I actually found a photo. We're going to line up. This is where people would come, guests would come, and or future guests would come, let's put it that way. They would come out here and see what Walt Disney World is going to be like, and just give you a little, you know, a pre-taste of what they was building out there in the swamps of Florida. You know, so, but right here where I'm standing, I found an old photo online, and you can actually see some cast members standing out here. You can see a very retro, obviously retro 1960s Goofy and Pluto standing here kind of waving at you. No Mickey Mouse in this picture, but you did have the Goofster, and you had Pluto right here. Little bit of Walt Disney World history you may or may not know. This right here was the original, the very first building. This here was the Preview Center for WDW. Okay, so we are going to exit the area now of the old Preview Center, which is now the Amateur Athletic Union building. And I want to talk a little bit about Disney Spring and how it all started, when it started, matter of fact. So Disney Springs originally opened on March 22nd, 1975 under the name of Lake Buena Vista Shopping Village. It was designed to serve guests staying at nearby Disney hotels, local Central Florida residents, but just not the theme park visitors, you know. It focused on local shops, dining, service, featured small boutiques and relaxed waterfront settings located along Village Lake, which still exists to this very day. So in 1977, the area was renamed Walt Disney World Village. Expanded retail and dining, it became more of a tourist-oriented place, adding entertainment elements to encourage longer visits to your Walt Disney World stay. In 1989, Disney reimagined the area as the Disney Village Marketplace. Key additions that they added was World of Disney store, which became the largest Disney store in the world. Pleasure Island opened in 1989, a nighttime adult entertainment district with theme clubs. And then AMC Theater showed up here to the area, and they also added more dining options. So in 1997, the entire area was renamed Downtown Disney. It was divided into Marketplace, West Side, and Pleasure Island. Pleasure Island became a big area for adventure clubs, comedy warehouse, things like that. The nightlife really peaked in the late 1990s and the early 2000s. So Downtown Disney was a big hit with folks. A lot of people enjoyed how the lay of the land was, but then once again in 2015 and 16, Disney announced a massive $1 billion redevelopment plan to change the area into Disney Springs. So the concept behind Disney Springs, it was a fictional Florida waterfront town that naturally evolved over time. It was inspired by early Florida settlements, springs, and boatyards. So the area was redesigned into 4 themed neighborhoods. The Landing, which was nautical harbor inspired. Town Center was Spanish revival style, newest part of the town. Marketplace was family friendly, classic Disney feel. And West Side was entertainment, theaters, and large venues. Okay, so I'm up here on this like tower where you have these 2 bridges. That one takes you across Plaza Hotel Drive, and the other takes you across Buena Vista. Well, this is the way we're going to go, because right here it actually has a sign pointing you Disney Springs that direction. I do want to let you know there is quite a few flights of steps that you have to climb up to get up here, but anybody with mobility issues, you do have an elevator at your disposal right here that will bring you up to this level. And you can just wheel right across here if you want to, or maybe somebody's got some bad knees or whatnot, you're on crutches or a cane or something. You can make your way across the Buena Vista Highway just by walking across this bridge. Makes it really nice and easy. And when we make it to the other side, we'll be in Disney Springs. And it's quite the nice little view over here. And right here we are, just like the other side. You have your steps you have to go down. They do have a elevator system if you need it. But now we're going to walk down through here and go into Disney Springs. And this here is the pin trading store. That is where my wife is. She is definitely a collector. She has got quite a lot of Disney pins that she has collected over the years. A lot of them are very limited edition. And she's got a cork boards, that's plural. She has a lot of them. So she's going in there to hopefully not buy too much, but probably will buy a little bit. So now I'm going to take you over to World of Disney and show you that, as somebody is actually riding this cute little train around this morning. Ain't that cute? That is so neat. Kids love that. So this store right here, this is the Marketplace. This is called the Co-op. This is a really cool place to go and get Disney merch. Got a lot of neat items in there. I actually bought a shirt in there last night. And then right here we have the Dockside Margaritas. And this right here is a cool little place because I actually walked by here last night and I put a little footage in of some live entertainment. And you know, and the entertainment here is free. You can just walk up and sit down and have you a drink, maybe a little bit of food, and enjoy a little entertainment action right here. As you can see, Mitch Corbin is going to be here tonight. Now, speaking of entertainment, this right here is called the Waterside Stage. This place right here has some really awesome entertainment at night. I actually walked down here also last night, got to see a little bit of a show, and it's really easy to find because it is right in front of World of Disney. And right here is what the front fascia of it looks like. And this is really a lot of fun in the summertime, not so much in the winter. Nothing's really happening right now, but when you come by here in the warmer months, you got Stitch right up there, the character, and he will actually shoot water out between his teeth. And it will land pretty much X marks the spot, like right here in this area, and people will be walking in, and it's just a stream of water. It won't soak you or anything, but it's just, you know, very mischief type of a thing. Last night was down here, he was not spitting water because it was probably 40-some degrees, but they had like bubble makers on each side of him, so there was bubbles kind of blowing out around Stitch onto the crowd down below. And I gotta say, everybody was eating it up. The kids were eating it up, and even maybe some of the adults, maybe me. I'm not saying if I did or not, but I had a smile on my face. And then right here next to World of Disney, look at this big Lego, like sea monster, dragon-esque looking thing out here. This thing's been out here forever, but it should be, because it stands right here in front of Disney Springs Lego store. And I gotta say, this is a very, very popular location. They even have to have a queue just to get into the store because everybody loves Legos. All right, my wife is thinking about braving it. She's gonna actually get in the queue, in the line, to enter into the Lego store. Look at this queue. Now, I said only at night, but no, that is even early in the morning when they first open, or within the first hour. There is a lot of folks out here to get some Lego action, includes my wife. I think she really wants to go in and just see what's special in there. Why is everybody so lined up? Okay, so I ended up going into the Lego store along with my wife, and I found some cool stuff in there. I'm a big fan of Transformers, and they actually had a little Optimus Prime and Bumblebee sitting there that I thought was really cute. Did not purchase them, but I do like to just kind of browse around every now and then. And they had a cool little selfie location to get your picture made in front of Spider-Man, the Lego version of Spider-Man. I had to partake in that. Now, out here on the outside, since I'm here just after Christmas, right here on New Year's Eve, they have Christmas trees throughout Disney Springs. They actually have a little hunt you can go on, a little scavenger hunt. And this right here is one of my favorite ones because I am a big fan of the Haunted Mansion. And this here is indeed the Haunted Mansion Christmas tree they have here. Look, they actually have the bride sitting inside the tree. Now, at night when this thing is illuminated, it is very creepy looking, I'm sure, and glowing, and I even wonder if her face might be glowing blue or maybe a little red beam of light right there in her chest where her heart beats, just like in the ride. Okay, so just right around the corner from the Lego store is this restaurant, which I've never ate here before, but I think it's really a cool looking restaurant. It looks like a boat, and it's called Paddlefish, but it's not always been called Paddlefish. No. It was actually opened on May 1st of 1977, and it was called Empress Lily back in that era. So it was a tribute to Walt Disney's wife because her name was indeed Lillian Disney. So from the time it opened in 1977 all the way up into 1995, it was known as Empress Lily. Then in 1996 to 2016, it was known as Fulton's Crab House. And then finally in 2016 to current, it was called Paddlefish. And another fun fact, which it was not fun for the people who worked here or owned this place, I'm sure. They was actually, back in the summer of 2025, about 6 months ago, there was a guy who actually put on scuba diving gear and scuba dived out here in the lake at night, come aboard Paddlefish, and then robbed them. What the heck? He went totally covert operation on Paddlefish and robbed them. That is so crazy. I don't even know if they ever even caught the guy, but it was pretty wild. They done an investigation on it and figured out, yeah, he did scuba dive in, commandeer the boat. It's not really a boat that's gonna move or anything, but I was like, dang, man, that's like some dang Navy SEAL stuff. Okay, so this right here is probably one of the most popular restaurants in all of Disney Springs. This is called the Boathouse, and they have some really good bread. I mean, their bread here is so fabulous. Me and my wife has ate here before in the past, and it was very, very delicious. And another little perk that they have here, they have these amphibicars where you can pay money, and they have these little captains. You see the guy right there with the white hat on. He will actually pilot the car with you and your party, and that's right. You will go for a ride out into the lake and cruise around the lake on a little tour. It is really, really cool. I've never done it before. I'm not doing it today because it's very cold outside, and I don't like cold weather very much, but maybe when I come back in the summer sometime, maybe we'll take a little amphibicar ride one day. It is quite expensive. It's over $100 actually but it's not too bad if you split it up between you and your group of people, but all in all, it is a really neat experience, and maybe we can do that someday in the future, but not today. But I just wanted to show you that this is a thing that people love to do when you come to Disney Springs. Okay, I've made my way over here to the Starbucks coffee, and I've always thought this was so interesting how this palm tree right here just grows right up through this overhang roof of the Starbucks. Right around the corner from Starbucks coffee, you will find the ticket booth right here. This here is Characters in Flight ticket booth. Buy your ticket, take yourself a little balloon ride, and you also get to sign a waiver. So if one of the chains break when this thing goes up to 300 or 400 feet up in the air, that if the chain does break and you float off the Never Never Land, that you can't sue them if you make it back. But that's just a joke. That's just a joke, people. You do sign a waiver, but as far as I know, that's never happened before. Not in real life. Maybe in the storybook, but not in real life. But I absolutely love this. I did this, me and my wife did this a couple years ago. I will definitely put a link down in the description below of my experience that night of taking this flight, and you can kind of see the view that I seen. It was so beautiful, it was so awesome, but it was really a lot of fun. So that is pretty much it for this part of Disney Springs. Now I'm going to take you over and show you where we actually have dinner reservations at 2 p.m. today. We're going to be eating at Homecoming. I'm going to show you what Homecoming looks like, and then we'll make our way over to like Rainforest Cafe, show you my favorite location to buy. Maybe sometime, not all the time, but if I am going to buy a candy apple, there is one place I always like to get it, and that is at Goofy's. And right here is where my reservations are for today at 2 p.m. Chef Art Smith's Homecoming. Florida Kitchen, Southern Shine are actually serving breakfast this morning, and I gotta say, that right there looks mighty, mighty good. Look at that. That is what you call rib sticking. Love it. Yeah, look at that. Over easy, like Sunday morning Southern brunch. That is looking pretty tasty. So my plan is today I will definitely put a little bit of video footage of maybe some of the food that we get. I'm not gonna do a video inside there. Me and my wife just wanna have this as a little me and her time and just enjoy our dinner. But I would definitely put a little bit of footage in there of what we get. Okay, I've almost made my way over here to the Rainforest Cafe, and look, one of the amphibicars are out. He's out there on the water, they're doing it. Look at that. Heck yeah. I'm gonna talk my wife into doing this one day. You'll see. She's gonna go for the ride. It's gonna be so much fun. We're about there cruising around. Oh, it's gonna be much warmer. It's not gonna be 45 degrees, but yeah, those people are doing it. They said, heck it, we're going all in today. I have made my way over here to the Rainforest Cafe. As you can see, the volcano is beginning to erupt. It is erupting, look at that. There ain't no beginning to it. That thing went full on fire mode. This is so cool. It normally does this about every 30 minutes. And on a cold day like today, this feels amazing. I can really feel the heat off the volcano. But right here next to the very volcanic Rainforest Cafe is our favorite place to come and grab us a candy apple from time to time. Not every time we come, but if we're going to get a candy apple, 9 times out of 10, Goofy's Candy Store right here is where we always like to go. So all that being said, that is going to wrap up our little walk and talk over here to Disney Springs. And then later on, I'm going to let you catch up with me as we get on the bus, and we're going to try that out. We're going to take the bus from the hotel, Drury, over to the Magic Kingdom, kind of see where it drops us off, and kind of compare that how it works with a Disney resort. I don't think it's going to take us right up front. I think the Drury Hotel is going to take us to Ticket Transportation Center. So that is a big difference from a Disney resort itself. So we're going to work all that out and then go over to Magic Kingdom, then wrap our video up. Should be a good one. Thank you guys for hanging out with me so far. We're going to keep it going just a little bit further. All right, guys. Chef Art Smith food, the fried chicken was amazing. I am so full now. The thigh-high chicken biscuits my wife ordered was awesome. Had a little leftovers. We could not eat all that great food. But now it is about time for us to take our little bus ride over to the Magic Kingdom. And right here is where the bus should come pick us up. Not tried this yet, so this is going to be a learning experience. I'm going to take you guys along with me on this little experience. This is the Disney shuttle stop, so probably within the next 15 minutes, hopefully Big Red and White will show up right here and give us a ride. I am on the bus. We are headed to the Magic Kingdom and Epcot. So this bus is actually going to make a stop at Epcot first, I believe, and then we're going to head on to the Magic Kingdom. So a little bit different than what the Disney resorts do, because all their buses are pretty much dedicated for one stop, where here it's going to be dedicated for 2 different stops. So just keep that in mind. Okay, we have made it over here to the bus stop here close to the Magic Kingdom. It does not take you normally where you would end up staying at a Disney resort. They actually bring you over here to TTC. And now we just try to either figure out, are we going to ride the monorail over to the Magic Kingdom or the ferry boat? And one other thing I want to make you aware of is when you go to board one of these buses from the Drury, you have to show them your card, your room card, to get into your room. You have to show, display that card to the bus driver, and then she will allow you to enter the bus. Okay, and we have opted for the monorail ride to take us over to the Magic Kingdom. Monorail Peach. This is always such a beautiful spot right here. You got a good shot of Seven Seas Lagoon and the Grand Floridian Resort. This is one of my favorite locations here on the monorail loop on my way to Magic Kingdom. And right off there in the distance, you can get a really good shot of the Contemporary Resort, which we could actually see that resort from our room in the Drury from the 9th floor. Okay, we have exited the monorail and making our way down front to go get scanned into the park. This is really actually very smooth. It did not take very long at all to get over here and just get on the monorail, but for a lot of people I think it might not be that easy due to crowd levels, but today we was able to get on the monorail very quickly and make our way over here, so it wasn't too bad at all. All right, it's official. Right there you go. It is 4:23. And we got on that bus at 3:45. So all in all, that is not bad at all. I am very shocked how quick we was able to make our way over here to TTC, get the monorail, take it over here. So a little over 30 minutes. I don't think you can argue that. That is really, really an awesome turnaround time to go from the Drury all the way over here. So now let's make it inside the Magic Kingdom, see what we can get into, and then I'm going to give you my final thoughts, and then we're going to wrap this vlog up today. I really do appreciate you taking your time to watch my video today, because I know it's kind of all over the place. No real theme today other than it's New Year's Eve and I'm at Disney World and we're staying in a new hotel. And before I enter the park, I always like to read this little plaque right here. Here you leave today and enter the world of yesterday, tomorrow, and fantasy. Okay, I've made it in here to Main Street, USA, and look, the Christmas tree is still up. Awesome. I don't think they will actually take that down to probably after New Year's, but right here is a quick shot down Main Street, USA, and I'm really shocked to be New Year's Eve. It's not any more crowded than it is, really. Oh, look, the fireworks are going off. Nice timing. Look at that shot. Nice. Cinderella Castle, which is going to be getting a paint job pretty soon. In the very near future, is going to return to her original colors. You will not have it like, I don't know, it's almost like a pinkish color. It will go back to her more white or grayish aesthetic. So that's something to look forward to in 2026. Okay, I made my way to the back side of Cinderella Castle, and I definitely figured out where all the people are located. They're back here in line for like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and Tron over in Tomorrowland. There is a passel of people back here, and obviously the Haunted Mansion is about a 60-minute wait at the time, which is kind of lengthy for a Haunted Mansion to dark ride. That's my favorite dark ride in Walt Disney World. Don't know if I'll be riding that tonight, but there goes the mine train as it goes by. Everybody enjoying themselves. But real quickly, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my final thoughts of the Drury Hotel and what I think about it. If you are on a budget and you want to experience Walt Disney World, I think it is a great option. I really do. I think the meal plan that they have there, where you have your breakfast in the morning and then you have like kickback dinner time, I think that is going to save you and your family a boatload of money. I mean, really, when you break down how much a meal costs at Walt Disney World, you're probably like quick service, like the cheapest meals, you're probably between $10 and $15, give or take, with a drink. So you start multiplying that time how many people is in your party, and just think, when you're at the Drury, it's not costing you anything extra. You're covered. You're taken care of 2 meals every single day. So I think that is a great step up. Our bed, everything slept so good. You can keep the room cool. At Walt Disney World, some of the air conditions that they have in their rooms, man, if you don't have something moving throughout the night to keep it kicked on, it will actually turn off, like an energy saver. So somebody, like if you have a wife or somebody might get some hot flashes, or get, you know, or likes the room very cool at night when they sleep. That can be problematic. You know, you might have to go buy you a balloon and like put in your room and let the balloon move around to keep the air conditioning like on all night long to keep you good and cool. So I think that is a big thumbs up for me as far as the Drury goes. If there's anything that has a little bit of downside, it is the bus. Is, you know, they don't run quite as frequently as the Disney resorts, but I think as long as you plan your day properly, you shouldn't really, you know, have much of an issue at all with that. So I think that is a negative, a con, but to me, it's not a huge con at the moment. So the Drury Plaza Hotel, I do have one more little, not really a con, but it's just something to keep in mind. If you've stayed at a Disney resort before and you stay there, my wife made a good point. She says, I don't feel like I'm on a Disney vacation when I'm staying here, you know, because it doesn't have the same theming as a Disney hotel. And she says, so that kind of, you know, that along with the buses running every 15 minutes to go whenever you want to go is kind of a little bit of a knock. And I understand that. I do agree with her on that point. But at the same time, the trade-off is you're saving a lot of money on food. And it's still very nice. And I want to make sure I tell you this, that the people that work there in the Drury, they are just as nice as anybody I've ever been around as far as like business wise. Like they treat you with a lot of respect. They treat you very kind, everybody all throughout the hotel, to make sure you have what you need to have a good adventure and being a part of their hotel and having a fun Disney vacation, which that's what it's all about. But you know, when you're in a Disney resort, the cast members is really what gives everything about Disney the magic. You know, I mean, the ideas and the Imagineers and everybody dreaming stuff up, that's great. But the people, the cast members that you come in contact with, they're the people that really makes everything magical. That's where it all starts. If that ain't there, it's just another theme park. And you know, I just want to throw that out there. So all that being said, I'm pretty much done today. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I know I was all over the place with this one, but I was just trying to make a fun day with my wife and enjoy this beautiful New Year's, very, very cold New Year's Eve here in Florida. A little bit more fun, and I would definitely put a little bit of footage of the parade that we're about to see. It's a nighttime parade where everything will be lit up and everything. So I definitely put a little bit of footage in to let you check that out. And then we're going to go back to the room tonight and get a good night's rest. And yeah, that'll be it. So thank you so much for watching. Until next time, friends, I'm the Hitchhiking Yeti, and I will see you on my next adventure. Y'all stay safe, and I hope to see you all again soon.
Said that we're connected to the stars, and we are. From
Have you ever seen the stars sparkle like this before? Come on, everybody. We shall find a star.
Thanks so much. Y'all have a happy new year. I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, I'm the Hitchhiking Yeti, and I will see you in my next hit feature.